Yay! I'm so excited. Okay. But I had a little rollie I could have wore up in there. I don't have a sandwich. It's either gonna put me down or it'll turn me up, but we'll see. Because baby, I'm sad. In Atlanta, lounge me hookah. This flight was honestly very dramatic. Good morning, beautiful people. I'm Alani Maj here. I'm back with another video. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're old, welcome back. And as always, thank y'all so much for supporting me. Hello from Geneva, Switzerland. If you're new here, I'm a flight attendant for a major U.S. airline, and that's what brought me here today. And it is officially my 30th country. I've always had the goal since I started flying back in 17, 18? One of those years. I've always had the goal of hitting 30 countries before 30, and today I've made that official. I've been saying like I've been to like 30 countries, almost 30 countries, like 30 countries since like around the 25 country mark. But today makes it official. This is not what I expected at all, my 30th countries to be. But I am immensely grateful nonetheless, and so happy that this is my life. Now that I was able to accomplish this goal before my 28th birthday, which is like I think literally a month away today. No, today's the 15th. My birthday's on July 14th. So 29 or so days away. And I was able to accomplish that goal, check off something off of my, I guess, travel bucket list, and on to 50. I guess that's the next goal, is 50 countries. So anyway, if you're interested in the flight attendant aspects of everything, I will say that commuting was horrific. If you watch my last few vlogs, you know that I live in Atlanta and I'm based in New York City now. I used to live and be based in Atlanta, but my schedule and the flexibility that I have is just a lot better in New York City as a base, because New York City is a much more junior base. So it's give and take whether it's worth it or not. Different people need different things, but for me so far it has been worth it. But today, or this trip, so technically yesterday I guess is when I started all of this, is the first time I got a touch of what hell, quite frankly, commuting can be, and it was a struggle. The flight that I had my jump seat booked on got canceled because of the weather, so I ended up flying, or I tried to fly on a different airline. Shout out to American. I tried. They canceled that too. I tried on JetBlue. JetBlue ended up delaying the flight until 7 p.m. or something, and it was supposed to leave originally at like 3 o'clock. So that wasn't gonna work because it wasn't gonna get me into base on time. So I ended up flying my airline, a regional jet, but my airline nonetheless, from Atlanta to Raleigh-Durham, and then Raleigh-Durham to LaGuardia, and then I took an Uber. Thank God there was a pilot that happened to see me and was like, "Where are you headed?" And I'm like, "JFK." He's like, "Oh, you want to ride with me? I'm going to JFK too." He didn't make me give him anything for the ride, so I got a free ride in the Uber with that pilot from LaGuardia to JFK, and I made it like literally with 20 minutes to spare, which is very like nerve-wracking for me, because I usually get to the airport like an hour before my report time. I had 20 minutes. When I tell you I was panicking, okay? But yeah, it was a lot. All of that, we ended up having to check in on time, but then the flight ended up being delayed an hour and a half. So that was a whole nother thing. We were able to make up about 20 or 30 of those minutes of the delay. So we got here to Geneva about an hour late, and here we are. I will insert some clips of the room tour that I did earlier. I was gonna take a nap, but if I took a nap, honey, my day would have been over. And I really want to get to explore, because I feel like I can't count the country if I don't get out and explore. So I have a little bit of a map and a list of some things that I want to do or get accomplished today, some places that I want to visit, and of course I'm going to take you guys along. So yeah, I'm about to like get my life together, finish getting dressed, do a little bit something to my face because I haven't slept in like 20, what time is it in Atlanta? Okay, it's 8 a.m. in Atlanta. It's 2 p.m. here. We got in, by the time we got to the hotel, it was like 12 something. And then I sat around and had to wait for a while because this hotel offers us like a city pass for public transportation. So you get free transportation, free public transportation for your entire stay. And that took about an hour, hour and a half to get. And I didn't want to get up until I got it. So I did get that in my email. So now I'm ready to hit the road. I just wanted to properly introduce the vlog. If you're not interested in the flight attendant aspect, I'm sure I put a timestamp or something of where you could have skipped to. So that was the commute. And like I said, I haven't slept in like 24 hours at this point. I woke up about 8 a.m. yesterday. We did get like a, what's it called? Crew rest. Crew rest was an hour, 45 minutes. I probably slept for maybe 45 of those minutes, but like I haven't had a sleep in over 24 hours at this point. But look, we're gonna keep moving, because if I don't keep moving, I'm gonna crash and burn in this bed, and that's the end. Like, my layover will be over. So I'm gonna keep hustling, baby. So yeah, there's that. I need to like get my life together, and then we'll get into the festivities. Like, the crew is really cool. I may link up with them a little bit later, but like, I want to like go right now, and I have like multiple, like 6 or 7 spots that I want to see, and I don't want anybody, no offense, slowing me down. So I want to get all that done, and then I'll probably link with them for dinner or something, and then call it a night. And then we have a 10:50 a.m. shuttle or report time tomorrow for our flight back to JFK. So I'm gonna just get dressed, and I'll call y'all back when it's time to go. I'm looking a lot better than I was earlier. I still look a little crazy. I think it's just because my lashes are bald, and so I feel a little bit naked, but it's cool. The shirt is See More Designs. He's a Miami-based artist. The bag is Prada. Jeans are like Fashion Nova or Pretty Little Thing. They're talls. So my jean options are very limited because my legs are so long. So they're either Pretty Little Thing or Fashion Nova, one of the two. Or they're not American Eagle, but I like American Eagle jeans too. And then Rick Owens on that feet. And that's the full fit. Yeah, let's hit these Swiss. I wanted to say Swiss Alps so bad. Let's hit these Swiss Alps. But like, that's not true. Let's hit these streets though. Yay! I'm so excited. I just did like a 6-ish minute walk from the hotel, which is near Zanzibar. It's like a restaurant and lounge vibe. Everybody's looking at me so crazy, but it's okay. Everybody's looking at me so crazy, but it's okay. Zanzibar, it's like a restaurant and lounge vibe. It's near our hotel, just so you have an idea of the vicinity that we're in and a convenient area to stay, because the furthest thing that I'm going to on today's self-guided tour is only a 20-minute situation. It's an 8-minute drive total, so that's not bad at all. But taking the public transportation, it's a 6-minute walk, and then like a 15-ish minute ride on the train, and then another like 6-ish minute walk on the other end. So anyway, I just left the hotel. I walked like 6 minutes to this train stop. This is not my train, but actually just saw it leave when I was crossing the street this way, so I missed it, but it comes like every 8 or so minutes. So I'll be waiting another 6 to 7 minutes or so to catch my train, riding that to the other side, and then have a little bit of walk on the other end to go to our first stop, which will be the Patek Philippe Museum. I looked online to try to buy tickets online, and all the time slots were sold out. What I didn't realize is that there are private tours that they book time slots for, and there are like self-guided tours with possible audio guides that you could just kind of show up and purchase the day of on the spot. So I'm glad that I called and asked and didn't just see sold out all day today. It's closed on Sundays and Mondays, and then the next available was on Tuesday. But yeah, I was feeling a little discouraged for a second, but I'm glad I called, because it was like, oh no, like you could walk yourself through the museum whenever you like, and you don't have to pick a time slot. You just come. It's 10, what is this, francs? I don't even know what their currency is called, to be honest, but it's 10 of those. And yeah, so that would be my first stop. I'm really excited about it. I hope I can film and or take pictures in there, because I want to send some pictures and stuff to my dad. He's so into watches, Pateks, Audemars, Rolex, you name it, he got it. So yeah, I want to send him some stuff, and then of course I want to be able to share the experience with you guys. So that'll be my first stop and my furthest stop, and then from there I'll be working my way back. I hope to be able to catch the lake. There's like a lake boat bus thing, and that's available through the public transportation, the little city pass thing that I was telling you guys about. That's available on there as well, and I hope to catch that before the sunset, and then I'll be back on this side of the lake, and then I'll probably eat and call it a night. So that's my new plan of action. I want to go further so I have the most energy, because I'm sure a little bit later I'm gonna be crashing and burning for real. Okay. About halfway through my walk from the last train stop to the museum, and look what I come across. And y'all know I can't deny myself the right to look to this little flea market. So I'm gonna do that for a couple minutes and then head straight. That's the beautiful thing about not having to have an appointment at the museum. Hello? I'm on to the end of this little market, and it's a whole park day out here. I guess it looks like Zurich soccer team is playing somebody, and they have it like streaming on these big screens. And there's people out here with lawn chairs and kids and dogs and everything, but that ain't none of my business. Not only do I not understand soccer, but I don't understand the language, so there's no point in me to frolic in that area. We're gonna keep moving. Another minute or so to go to the museum. And I'm so excited about it. I should have worn my little watch. I don't got no paddock, okay? But I had a little rollie I could have wore up in here. We've arrived. Alright, so as y'all can see, I just left the museum. As y'all saw, they made me literally lock up my camera in a locker the whole duration of my tour. It was a self-guided tour, but I was able to get an audio guide. Audio guides are based on availability, so that's something to note. Luckily, it wasn't super busy in there, and or people were doing private tours with like a private guide, so they weren't in need of an audio guide. So I was able to get one, but it looks like they only have a few as far as I could see, at least. So that's something to think about, but I think it's pretty necessary, because otherwise you're just looking at a bunch of pocket watches and wrist watches and all types of watches, and you kind of confused. But with the audio guide, it tells you like when it was made, when it sold, who it sold to, how it came about. It gave you a little bit of history about Patek and Philippe. So I don't know, it's just really cool. If you're into jewelry, watches, gold, old money, you would definitely enjoy it. I highly recommend. It's only 10 francs. I did find out that it is francs, so that was good to know. Anyway, I have like a 9 or so minute walk to one park that I'm going to, the Parc des Bastions. Child, I don't know, but I'll tell y'all more about it when we get there, I guess. Let me focus. Okay, this is just a cute little something that I wanted to see. Y'all, this is the longest wooden bench in the world. This green machine. I think it starts down there in that little corner before the steps. And I don't know how far it goes. From what I can see, it's long as hell. Let me see if I can make it to the end. We'll see. I'm tired. It's hitting me now. It's almost 5 o'clock and I'm feeling all the feels. But I'm only like, I don't know, halfway through my list about. But soon I'll be stopping for like a little food, a little pick-me-up, a little snack. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, look at this view. So pretty. Has to go see it. You know I live for a view. Wow. Longest bench in the world. Look at that. So nice. So pretty. It's a beautiful day. It was supposed to rain October. It's not. I don't think the camera is doing it much justice, but it's a beautiful, beautiful view on a beautiful, beautiful day. If I could just sit out here on the world's longest bench, world's longest wooden bench, I think that matters. And eat a sandwich, I would, but I don't have a sandwich. I can now officially check Swiss chocolate in Switzerland off my list. It's absolutely a match. It's delicious, so good. I had to buy some. And yes, I'm taking it all the way back to America, okay? I just finished my walk. This has been perfect. Like, no walk has been more than 10 minutes between. That's why I'm glad I started the furthest, and then I've just walked every stop from here on out. It is immensely packed over here, but this is I just wanted to see it in person. Like, I don't think I'll be able to get a photo or anything. Maybe I will, I don't know. But here she is in all her glory. While I did know it existed, it wasn't on my list of things to do. But since I'm her, I might just ride the Ferris wheel. I haven't ridden a Ferris wheel in ages, but I'm sure the view from the top is beautiful. It's a beautiful place. I'm so grateful for my job for getting me here, because I don't think it's the type of place that I would visit in my free time, full transparency. It's not the type of vacation that I would take and pay for, but when it's a layover and I can pick it up and check a new country and a new destination off my list, it's a beautiful thing. So I'm happy to be here. Ferris wheel's right behind me. I'm just gonna check. I'm just gonna check to see, because the only thing I have left to do is take the ferry across the lake, and my hotel is across the lake. So then I'll find some food and I'll call it a night. So here are the hours. Screenshot that if you're interested. And here are the prices. 8 francs. Might as well. Why not? And then we ball. Again, I don't know if the camera is doing it justice, but when I tell y'all, I wish I could stand up, but I can't. When I tell y'all this view is stunning, stunning, I feel like the camera isn't doing it justice. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Okay, so I'm at, I think, officially my last stop, just to get some dinner, and then I'll head back to the hotel. Honestly, it's really early. It's only 6 o'clock. I thought my whole day would take me a lot longer than it did. I guess I could have ended up spending more time at the Patek Philippe Museum, because I definitely could have, like I said earlier, but all in all, just a wonderful day. I'm so glad that I came solo, because I moved kind of at my own speed. It was great because I didn't feel rushed. I could slow down when I wanted to. I took breaks, I walked, I took the Ferris wheel, I took public transportation. I did a little bit of everything, and I feel like I really got to see the city of Geneva. So I feel really great about it. If you watched my Milan vlog, or I probably call it a Lake Como vlog, because I went to Milan, Italy for the first time last month, but I didn't get to really explore Milan because we took a day trip to Lake Como and then that was it. So like now I still feel like I haven't had the chance to see and indulge in my namesake, which is unfortunate, but I don't know. If you watch the vlog, then you know the tea on that. Anyway, you guys saw me do the water taxi from basically one side of the lake to the other. It was literally like not even a 5-minute ride, which I didn't realize. I guess the stops along the lake are not as far apart as I thought that they were, but either way, we crossed the lake. It took 2 minutes. I stopped at Brunswick Monument just to see it real quick, and then around the corner from Brunswick Monument is this hotel and restaurant. When in Switzerland, fondue is the vibe. So I looked up a few spots, and this one became highly recommended, at least on Google. So here we are. This is what it looks like. It's such a cute vibe. And there's the downstairs, and then there's a little nook in this little corner. And then I'm right in front of, like, I don't know the kitchen, but it's just this cute little two-top all by myself, which I appreciate because then I can do this without interrupting anyone. Anyway, I guess I'll take a look at everything and finally order, and I'll let you guys know when it gets here. But yeah, that was my wonderful day in Switzerland. Stay tuned to see what I eat. I may end up going out again a little bit later. Like I said, there's that place, Zanzibar, and it's like an African, I want to say it's black owned, restaurant and lounge. So if all else fails and I can't sleep later, then I'll just go there tonight, grab some food, smoke a little hookah. I hope they have shisha, and go from there. But anyway, right now we're about to eat some dinner. Finally, I haven't eaten in hours. And considering how long I've been awake, I'm feeling really good. And this is either gonna put me down or it'll turn me up, but we'll see. All right, so I have my meat, duck, chicken, and beef, a side of fries, 4 different sauces that I literally just mixed together on this plate because I couldn't decide. This is the rouquette. It's basically like grilled cheese shaved off of the cheese wheel with a few potatoes just because that's what it came with, not because I needed it. And then this is a burning hot pot of oil to cook all of my meats in, along with some red wine. I don't know the name, but I'll figure it out and have it on the screen because this is so good. And I'm not a red wine drinker, but I figured with all this meat, red wine would be a good choice. That's what the server recommended, so that's what I got. And this is so good. I might buy a bottle. Y'all know how I said that food was either gonna take me out or turn me up. Baby, it took me out. Okay? Thank God it's only like a 4-minute walk from the hotel because, baby, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm still a few minutes away, but as you can see, we're walking up on it. I'll show you in a second. Whew. Maybe I'm tired. Okay, that's where the black people at. So maybe I do need to go there. When I walked past the first time, they were still closed. Now they're no longer closed, but yeah, Zanzibar looked like the spot. I'm gonna see how late they stay open in case I want to get something a little bit later because it's only, what time? 7:24. But I am breathing hard and doing the most right now. Like, y'all, I'm so full. I'm so tired. It's over with. So I'm gonna call it a break. And we'll see if I end up coming back out. But if I do, it'll be right across the street. I'm gonna look up the details when I get them. All right, hey beautiful people. Currently just boarded my deadheading flight from JFK to Los Angeles. I never came back after coming in from being out all day in, where was I? Geneva in Switzerland. I never ended up going back out. I called that restaurant that I was talking about, Zanzibar. I heard that the food was good because one of my co-workers actually the following morning on the van said that they went there the previous night. So if I ever go back, I'll try the food out. But I did call them because it said restaurant and lounge. In Atlanta, lounge mean hookah. So I called them. I was like, do y'all have shisha? Like, what? Do y'all have shisha? Like smoke? Can I smoke shisha? And they were like, no, we don't have shisha. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. So I'm not getting up out of bed for that. So I didn't end up going out at all. Again, I was hungry. So I woke up, y'all, in the middle of the night. I'm sorry, the music's on. Y'all woke up in the middle of the night and ate all of the chocolate that I had gotten from La Berche. I don't know the name right now, but whatever that restaurant or the chocolatier place, the Swiss chocolate place. I woke up, I drank a whole like a liter of water and ate so many pieces of chocolate. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm surprised I didn't wake up sick, but it was great and delicious nonetheless. Highly recommend that place, even though it's so expensive. Like I spent like $50 on chocolate. That's crazy. I may or may not have slept in the lounge last night. Commuter life, that was crazy. First and last time I'll be doing that, I pray. But I was able to move up my trip. I was supposed to have a trip to San Francisco that reported, I think, at 8 p.m. tonight, but I was able to move up onto a trip that lays over in Houston that reports still kind of late. It didn't report until 1:30. The current time is 1:57. But it was earlier and better than sitting around until 8 p.m., especially when I couldn't go home and risk not being able to get back. So anyway, here we are. That trip is a deadhead from JFK to Los Angeles, which is amazing. It's like 5 hours of soft credit, like free money, literally. I'm just got to stay here for 5 hours. It might be a struggle, but at least I don't have to work. So deadhead from here to Los Angeles. Hi, no, I'm okay. And then I worked the flight from Los Angeles to Houston. I lay over in Houston tonight. It's a really short layover, and I get in very late for obvious reasons. It's a long flight, but it's cool nonetheless. And then I'll have 2 legs tomorrow. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, Switzerland, I was about to say Scotland. No, Switzerland, my 30th country, will always have a very special place in my heart. I'm so glad that I was able to celebrate it, and I'll actually be touching my 31st country next week. So stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for all that, and I guess I'll just keep this vlog going because why not? Let's do a quick room tour. We arrived here in H-Town. I look, anyway. Little toilet. This is a beautiful shower. Very nice, very nice. And the mirror was cute too, as y'all saw. A little closet with no doorknob. Is that intentional? I think it is intentional. There's that. No monsters. Full-length mirror. Thank God. You know one thing I hate is a hotel room with no full-length mirrors. Like, what do you expect me to do? 2 beds. And now let's see if we have a view. It's dark and I have all the lights on in here. So even if you did have a view, baby, yeah, you wouldn't be able to see it. But I don't think we do anyway. Anyway, we've made it successfully. This flight was honestly very dramatic. My flight from LA to Houston, or I'm sorry, I lied. My flight from JFK to LA wasn't bad. Like I said, I didn't do anything. I was dead hanging on the flight. So there's that. I'm gonna sit on this bed and sleep on the other one. So there's that. But my flight from, I'm lost, LA to Houston, there we go, was just like so dramatic. For one, there's a service on that flight and people pre-selected hot meals for the service on that flight, but the ovens weren't working, so they replaced all the meals with cold meals, and basically nobody got what they wanted. So that's one. Very dramatic. 2, I had a lady have a panic attack, and she came up to the front, just wanted me to like calm her down. She's like, I'm gonna be okay, right? I'm gonna be okay, right? And I'm just like, yes, girl, you're gonna be okay. She said, God help me through this. I'm like, yes, girl, call him. It's fine. She's like, I'm sorry, I just feel like I'm embarrassing myself. No, there's plenty of people, like the person that I'm about to tell y'all about, that have embarrassed themselves in front of me on my flight, and you are not embarrassing yourself. You're fine. Take a deep breath. She ended up being fine, obviously. And when she got out, she said, thank you. Thank you. I said, you're welcome. Now have a great night. Anyway. And then the third person, or the third situation, on this particular flight, I had a guy. Oh wait, let me back up, because speaking of, we came in a little bit late from JFK. I keep wanting to say LA so bad. We came in a little bit late from JFK to Los Angeles. So a FSM, which is like a field service manager or in-flight service manager, stood in for me for boarding so that boarding wouldn't be delayed. So her name is Mallory, shout out to Mallory, stood in for me for boarding and did pre-departures and everything for me. But before she left the aircraft, once I was on and settled and everything, I had briefed with the captain, I had briefed with my crew finally. And I'm the A on this flight, if I didn't mention that already, on this trip, if I didn't mention that already. But anyway, before she got off the plane, she was like, by the way, the passenger seated in 2A appears to be intoxicated. He did ask me for a G&T, and I conveniently, she said, and I conveniently forgot to give it to him, but I'm just letting you know that it appears that he had a few drinks before he stepped on the plane. I was like, okay, thanks for letting me know, right? So then, like I said, it's not a long flight. It's like 2:40, I think, something like that. But it's long enough for somebody to notice when you're conveniently forgetting to give them their drinks, is all I'm gonna say. So then during the service, I lay out all my linens, right? Then I go through and I ask everybody for beverages, and he asked me for a G&T. Knowing what I already know, instead of giving him a G&T, baby, I just gave him the tea. So he got tonic on ice with a lime, and he drank it. He didn't say anything. He asked for another one. I gave him another tonic on ice with a lime. And then after the meal service, he asked for another one. And at this point, I wasn't sure if he thought he was drinking alcohol and it just wasn't hitting him, or he knew that he wasn't drinking alcohol, or I don't really know. But I was just like, I'm not playing this game. So anyway, that was one flight. All of that happened on one flight. So today was a little bit dramatic, but my crew is really nice. Like, I don't have a lot of drama typically, which is why I don't have much to say to y'all a lot of the time. But it was just a lot. It was a lot going on that flight, but no medicals, nothing serious. Just like a few little like, what's happening? What's going on? Is it a full moon?